In today's fast-paced world, where we're increasingly dependent on digital interactions, there's a growing conversation around emotional intelligence, or EI. But what exactly is emotional intelligence, and more importantly, can it be taught? Today, we dive into these questions, exploring the intricacies of emotions, the human mind, and the possibility of enhancing our emotional capabilities. Emotional intelligence encompasses the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as the ability to recognize, understand, and influence the emotions of others. Daniel Goleman, a prominent psychologist who popularized the concept in his 1995 book, identifies 5 key components: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Together, these elements form the backbone of how we perceive and interact with the world. Unlike cognitive intelligence, which remains relatively constant, studies suggest that emotional intelligence can indeed be developed over time, suggesting a potential for it to be taught and nurtured. Yes, emotional intelligence can be improved. Let's begin. Segment 1. Discovering emotional triggers and responses. Visuals. A person pausing in an argument, a student looking overwhelmed, someone staring out a window in reflection. Emotions don't just appear out of nowhere. They're responses to something, an event, a memory, a word, or even a feeling in our body. These are known as emotional triggers. For example, if someone criticizes your work and you immediately feel angry or hurt, that criticism is a trigger. But emotional intelligence means pausing to ask, why did that trigger me? Maybe it reminds you of being judged unfairly in the past. Maybe it taps into a fear of failure. Emotional intelligence teaches us to slow down that automatic reaction. As Viktor Frankl once said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our power to choose our response. When you notice that space, when you name your emotion and understand its root, you gain the power to respond with clarity rather than react from impulse. That's emotional self-awareness, the first step in mastering emotional intelligence tools to develop. Emotional awareness. Visuals. Person writing in a journal, practicing deep breathing, sitting peacefully in nature, reflecting. Now that you've started recognizing your emotional patterns, let's talk about practical tools to strengthen emotional intelligence. These are simple but powerful. 1. Journaling. Writing about your feelings helps you process them. It makes the invisible visible. Try journaling every day or when emotions feel overwhelming. Ask yourself, what did I feel? Why did I feel that way? What could I do differently next time? 2. Mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness is about being present with your feelings without judgment. When you're mindful, you don't suppress or ignore your emotions, you observe them. Deep breathing, guided meditation, or even mindful walking can ground you in the moment and reduce emotional reactivity. 3. Emotional check-ins. Throughout your day, pause and ask, what am I feeling right now? Label your emotions. Are you anxious, joyful, confused? Naming your feelings builds emotional vocabulary and self-awareness. These tools don't require special skills or environments. Whether you're in a city or a rural village, rich or poor, young or old, emotional intelligence is accessible to all. Segment 3. Practicing self-compassion and emotional acceptance. Visuals. Person comforting themselves, mirror reflections with affirmations. People sharing support, serene nature scenes. Understanding emotions is only part of the story. How you treat yourself when you feel those emotions is equally important. That's where self-compassion comes in. Self-compassion means treating yourself with kindness, especially in moments of struggle. It's replacing harsh inner criticism with understanding. Instead of saying, I shouldn't feel this way, say, it's okay to feel this. I'm doing my best. Accepting your emotions doesn't mean you have to act on them or let them control you. It means you acknowledge them without shame or resistance. Every emotion, joy, anger, sadness or person, carries a message. When you listen with compassion, you build emotional resilience. People with high emotional intelligence don't avoid negative emotions. They welcome all feelings as part of the human experience. And in doing so, they grow stronger, calmer, and more connected to themselves and others. Conclusion: embrace the power of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is not about being perfect. It's about being aware, being intentional, being kind to yourself and to others. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed or misunderstood, remember, pause and name your emotion. Reflect with curiosity, not judgment. Use your tools, journal, breathe, be present. And most of all, treat yourself with compassion. Your emotions are not the enemy, they are your allies. With emotional intelligence, you can navigate life with clarity, courage, and care. You've got this. Keep learning. Keep growing. Fade out with inspiring music and on-screen text. Subscribe for more tools on emotional wellness and personal growth. Emotional intelligence. #Mindflow balance.